We're going live. Hi, everyone. I'm just here with Indigo Chrysalis Tarot, and I hope that you will enjoy our True Crime Thursday live stream. I'm just going to make sure that on the YouTube end of stream, we have things going the way they should be. So just let me take care of that.
Okay. Hi, Flowing.
And just say hello to everybody.
Yep. Already been talking. We got Sharon. Just like Lisa says, Sharon. It's like she's in every video. It's like she has this control center. And I don't know if you remember the movie Sliver back from 1993 with Stone and Baldwin, where he was like the manager of the hotel or whatever apartment building, and he had a screen for every person's room, and so you can like watch everybody at the same time. That's where it's like
Oh
Sharon's got this main
my
control center
god.
where she's like,
Sharon
okay,
knows.
Ron is on, Maya's on, Lisa's
That's
on.
right.
Okay, who do I miss?
I don't know how she does it. I
I
swear
don't
to
know
God.
either.
By the
Hi,
way,
Gina.
hi Gina, you're lurking again. That's okay, baby. You're welcome
And
to
Michelle.
lurk. Michelle, my belle. Paula Faust. Hello, everybody. I'm so grateful for you joining us. And I'm so grateful that Gina has also put up the link here for people to subscribe to Indigo Chrysalis Tarot, which is also Heather right here with me. So if you're wondering who this lovely lady is with me, it's Heather,
Yes.
otherwise known, and I'm sure you've seen her in plenty of other chats, as Indigo Chrysalis Tarot.
Yep. I've always identified with the name Indigo starting in my 20s. It always keeps coming back.
If it's one of the, you know,
Hmm.
the one of those things you got to pay attention to. You know, if it's
Hmm.
repeating and you're like, okay, this is important.
And it could be very well that I am one of those indigo children, which I kind of think I am. So maybe that's why, it
You
stuck
know,
with me over these years.
probably. You know, and I think there's so much more going on than we know and
Hmm.
uh, profess to that, as truth. So I think that all of that is so possible and likely. And I've read a little bit about the indigo, uh, and it's like I can understand that. Also, what was the star seed? I find that very
Yeah.
interesting too. Very interesting.
And which is also because it's kind of like, well, can you be an indigo? Can you be a crystal also? Because back in my late 30s, I really got into crystals. It
Mm-hmm.
was just
I
like
love
they
them.
started talking to me.
Oh, really? Oh, you're gonna have
And
to introduce yourself. Go ahead, girl.
oh, so yeah, so it they started talking to me. I was living in Arizona in Flagstaff at the time,
Oh, wow.
and I'm an artist. I have a fine arts degree, and
You
so
do? My
yes,
dad is a retired art professor, and I'm
oh,
a novice artist, but I love art.
we're all artists. We're all creative. Yes. And so just been with art since I can as young as I can remember, and then
You look like an artist, if I can say so
and
myself.
it's one of my kind of paintings right over there on the wall.
Ooh,
Um,
we're gonna have to get you some savviness and get your pictures, some of your paintings up, and I'll put up some of mine. We gotta,
yes, maybe have like a virtual art show, seeing that people really
yes,
can get that would be wonderful.
I agree.
And I'm on Facebook and Instagram too.
I do
Under Heather
Insty.
M. Johnson. So if anybody wants to see my artwork, and I would love to see yours.
Yes, yes. Mine's been kind of. Oh, hello, Sharon Type. That was
Hi, Vivian
and Vivian. Yes.
and Kelly. Hi,
So,
Kelly.
hey, Kelly. Do you like to paint, or do you have a particular medium that you
That
use?
was my main thing. I actually went to college initially for art education because I was told I wouldn't make anything really being a fine arts. And after I was in there for about 3 or 4 semesters, I was dating this guy who had like two certifications to be able to teach, social
Mm-hmm.
studies and math or whatever. He couldn't get a job. So I'm like, I fell in love with painting
Man.
totally. And I said, you know what? Apparently, I'm not going to have as much luck, So I'm going to go with what I love to do.
Yeah.
And so, yep, took me 7 years, but I did it. And recently, within the past 10 years, I've started showing again and had some sales. And then COVID hit, and
Yeah.
um, it just allowed me more time to kind of like kick back and watching YouTube. We don't have any regular TV, so started watching and popping up. It was saying, tarot or whatever. Okay, the pick of
Hmm.
cards, and it led me to one channel, led me to another, and to another until I found the community here. So, and then I was like, I kind of miss reading. Maybe I'll just throw some cards down over here and kind of follow with everybody else. And because I could never remember the tarot inside and out, upward,
Yeah.
upright, reverse, this and that. And I found other readers teaching, read the images first and foremost,
Yes.
and how you,
Because that's
read
really
them.
what it's all about.
Yep. And so I've, with my love of art and whatnot, I just been buying, different decks, and I'm actually trying to work on creating my own
Oh,
from an
I
artist perspective.
I would love to see a very painterly deck. I picked a very painterly deck here recently. Oh, where did I set down the
Poop.
booklet? Ah, poop. Anyway,
You'll
it
have to
might.
share later on.
Yes.
Send me an email.
Oh, here. I don't have the deck, but I was reading the booklet, The Painted Tarot, and she does
Ooh.
a very painterly. Um, let's see if you can see some of the work. I can't tell.
Yeah, there's also another person called Oil Painter, and I think Danny Shea
Hmm.
uses her deck, and she created her own
Ooh.
deck using oil paints.
I love oil paints. That's one of the things I want to get back to using.
Hmm. I've played with them all. Gouache, watercolor, acrylic, anything that's creative, that can get messy, that can be, I love. I've played with.
I've just bought I've just bought ink so I can do some little ink drawings because I can't my house is not situated well enough. I'm disabled, so
Me too.
great. We understand.
Yes,
So it's like
exactly.
so I have to kind of make it work for me while I'm resting on my bed. I have to try to uh, due to some chronic pain issues. But I do also, my house is also, we got caught during COVID in remodel to sell. We've kind of been knocked back money wise.
Girl, if I told you right now what we're going through, it's like, wait a minute, are we this, sisters from a different mother? I mean,
I
it's
think
just
we are.
everything.
My
Yeah,
bedroom right now is in my living room.
so
I
is
have,
ours.
I have,
Along with two missing seal tiles that, are dripping through the membrane. We lost all water to the trailer the other day, da 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 da. So we're looking for a new
oh,
home too. So much,
oh,
positive energy and abundance your way to
yes.
be able to find that
And
perfect home for you.
and you too, because this has just been like, okay, we're getting through it.
Yep, one day at a time, moment by moment.
So, did you always use the tarot? When did you first pick those up?
When I was in my early 20s, because I was raised Catholic, but my mom
Hmm.
always had friends and things around her that were like psychics and whatnot. And so she was very open to it about that. And then when I graduated from high school, I had a friend tell me that she was into Wicca. She taught me about Wicca. Then, of course, when I got to college, it was just like the world opened up.
Hmm.
And I started, learning about, tarot cards. And like I said, I just keep picking them up and putting them down over the years because I thought, you have to read them this way or else you're not going to give the person the proper reading. That.
Aw.
So, back and forth, I would go. A lot of times it was for the art, and then I would just use them for collage, whatever, I felt inspired to do in my journals. But then, like I said, during COVID, we didn't have any more cable or anything to watch. So turned to YouTube,
Yeah, and
and
there's so
they started
much.
popping up, and they're so popular now. Yeah, I started out with Marie's Table.
Yes, Marie's lovely.
And then, she talked about Linda, and then I found Linda. Then I found out Cash, and then through there, I just started following,
You
other
kind of
people.
like,
Yep. And so I decided to pick up a couple decks that I still had. And after a while, I was like, wait a minute, I'm kind of getting the same thing. Maybe I'm doing something right.
yeah, yeah, it's like I'm picking
And
up on
it's
this.
just, and then I kept having dreams about decks, especially Colette Baron Reed. I love her decks, they're so beautiful.
Yes.
And being an artist, I'm drawn, to all different types. And because of you, my dear, I
Oh,
came across and discovered my Star Tarot.
yay. Don't you just love?
I love it
And
so.
it will really wear well. It really does
The only
hold
thing is,
up.
my hands aren't, and they're bending because when I shuffle, my hands aren't that long to be able to.
I shuffle because I've got small hands. I'm a fairly petite person, which makes handling all of this just like, but I shuffle side to side. That helps me um, with that. It can cause other problems sometimes with other decks where there's peeling, but it has not caused me that problem in shuffling the star deck and other large decks for my, and sometimes I get a lot of arthritis going on too.
Yep,
And
I
it can
have
be like,
arthritis.
ugh!
I have fibromyalgia. I've got chondromalacia in my knees. I have lower back pain. So,
Oh,
yeah, it's a
yes.
little rough.
Hello, fellow Spoonie. I know, I know your pain. Oh my gosh. So that's very interesting. And so dreams, yeah, I that was interesting when I began studying the tarot. I also started, and don't worry, folks, we will get to the true crime. Um, the I would have dreams too, dreams of the cards, and and that was really fascinating. And I haven't had one of those in a long time, but it's usually when I've been really deep into studying or deep into the focusing on them. Or sometimes when I'm on the verge of going to sleep, I start getting messages with
Yeah, and I hate
card
that because then
information.
I'll wake up and I'm like,
Yeah.
and then it disappears because it doesn't give me a chance to write it down. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I know. I'm like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. Wait a minute. And it's one reason why I do keep a notebook, but as you said, sometimes you can't always get to it to write it down.
nope.
So anyway,
Yes.
we'll have another chat
Oh,
for
most
where it's just
definitely.
chat, but we have some true crime to get
Yes, we do.
into. And I will bounce over because some people, and by the way, Ron, hello, I see you in there.
Yes. Butterfly
Doesn't
kisses. Ron
Butterfly Kisses, Dozen
here.
Cats,
Yeah,
JR,
here,
love
Jay.
you all.
Michelle,
I
my
just, I love that song. I love you, I love you. Sorry.
I love
She's like, stop, Maya.
you.
Oh, we're probably going to get a copyright slap for
Yeah.
singing this
Oops.
song. Whoopsie daisy. All right.
Big Brother YouTube.
Yes, they can get a little bit, unhappy about us doing those things, which is too bad. Kind of sucks.
I
Okay.
don't
We have,
monetize, so I don't think I can get in trouble, can I?
yeah, you still
Oh,
can.
still can. Okay.
Even though you would get demonetized, you will get a copyright strike, and you will have to remove part of that from your. It
Gotcha.
becomes a really
I'm
big
still
pain.
learning.
Yeah.
Hi, Aspie. She's lurking. I
Hello,
know. I
Ask.
know the lurking song, so don't make me sing no lurking song.
Oh, we're gonna borrow Lisa's song.
I sang it one night. one of the lives I was on with her, and she's like, "Awesome," you know.
Well, the
That's what I love
first
about this community. Everybody seems to be so welcoming,
they
and
really are.
supportive.
It's sincere.
It is. And Denise actually invited me to read with her, Lisa, and Debbie.
Oh,
We were
you're
in Spirit on
lucky.
Tuesday, and I'm really nervous because like Debbie's one of the ones that
Debbie's great, but
Lisa's
don't be
awesome.
nervous. And
I'm like, it's Debbie.
I I know it's been a long time since I've been on her show, but don't worry. She's so all of them are very welcoming. I need to get Lisa and Debbie on my show next.
Yeah,
It's so
I
hard
came
to.
across you because of Nasty Women. Sharon and Lisa had you on that night, and I'm like, this chick is cool. I'm like,
Oh,
where's her
thank
channel?
you. Oh, thank you.
And
That
Black
is.
Cats, one of my two might, join us.
Where are they? Mine is, oh, I'm not sure where she's at. But I thought we
Hey,
would go ahead.
TK.
Yes, hello. Hello, greeter TK, Teresa Cole, and Aspie. Music was an issue for our YouTube ambitions. That's why we're finally getting around to cranking up the home stereo, postponed for years. I hear
love
you.
music. Everything that.
I do too. Because after I get done doing the tarot, I have to really like stop.
Mhm.
I shift to completely listening to music. That is my thing. It's absolutely
Well,
my
you have to
coping.
ground yourself. Yeah.
Yes. So one of the main readings that a lot of people wanted us to look at
Okay.
to start out with is on Harmony Montgomery. Now this case, let me bring this up in case you're not aware, is
Which is sometimes good too, so that you're
like I don't want to overgive, but I just want to give some basic. She's a child that's unfortunately gone missing. That was both I think the stepmother and her father, who never should have had her, have been arrested. But anyway, they're hoping that she will one day be found. She was an abused child.
So were they able to prosecute them without a body, and they just refused to?
They're just kind of going into that route of the beginning. I think to start by filing, like a day ago, new charges were filed against the stepmom, and it has to do with felony count of theft by deception, 2 misdemeanors of welfare fraud, her thing. But the father, they were collecting. They were, I think, continuing also to collect benefits from her. There's, you can Google her story, but I will put in a link here for people just to very quickly pop over and take a look at if they want to. And I just want to know, it's pretty obviously that
if they get those two in separate rooms, they might be able to get them to turn on each other.
Yeah, there might be something more along that way, because they don't look like. Now, where's my deck? We put it everywhere, but where I need it to be.
And her name is Harmony Montgomery.
Harmony Montgomery. Here it is.
Oh, New Hampshire. I lived briefly in New Hampshire about 12 years ago.
Oh.
Did it say what town?
Let me see. I'm sure it does. It just says New Hampshire.
Okay.
But come on, give us the place.
See, because with my StreamYard, I can't see chat. And
right.
have my phone on. And I don't want people to think I'm rude.
No.
Stone music.
Manchester Police.
Okay, Manchester.
So it must be, I'm guessing, Manchester, New Hampshire. Now, the great uncle was always trying to get, and many of the family members were always trying to get help for her because she would have a black eye. A great uncle would witness her being spanked too hard, ridiculousness, horrible. I don't want to go into it because it breaks my heart. And
the laws definitely need to be revisited.
Yes.
Because, there should be no reason a child has to suffer.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that.
So we're going to look at, and we ask the Holy Spirit, we ask our ancestors, our spiritual mentors, to help us read accurately and clearly about Harmony and what we need to know about her, if she'll be found, and if those who are guilty will be prosecuted. Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's troubling. The uncle would see her, but he did report it, apparently, to CPS, and there were problems with getting them to do something. There's been a very significant failure, apparently. Also, she was failed on multiple,
And social workers are the least funded departments.
Right. I had a friend of mine that worked as one.
Some people have like 400 or 500 cases. Just for one person. I'll just get a little bit slimy here. There's definitely a female who knows what's going on.
I get a little. Yeah, my cards. Probably the stepmother that's just been arrested. Okay, Mickey.
High Priestess card.
Secrets.
Yep. Now the deck that I'm using is the Archean, so I have to be careful because they do have some nudity in here.
Mm-hmm. My God, that we should see nude humans. I know.
Yeah.
You just put your finger over nipples. I guess that nipples offend them mostly. And maybe a bit of hair in certain places. For goodness sakes. I know I have one too that's beautiful that I would love to share on here, but I don't think that, I think I'd be in trouble. I'm getting the nine.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm getting the 9 of Cups, 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups, disconnection, and the Tower. Something very sudden. These people are betrayal. I feel by the father, and I feel like there are drugs involved. I feel like this is part of it. They don't want to be bothered from their being out there.
Yeah. My one card, it says 9 of Wands, but like I said, a lot of times I'll just look at the image, and it's definitely you see this male holding that staff. And for me, with the reds and the fire, and all
anger, rage.
Yeah, not good. And then of course I got the High Priestess. Now this deck here I use for the dark stuff because the artwork is darker. So when it comes to, but yeah, I gotta be careful here. So
criminal cases. Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
High Priestess, the stepmother here. The father.
Yeah.
Someone reacted a little too harshly.
Yes.
Just a little bit. There's you got your knight. But I do see another king. I don't know if this is necessarily going to be the husband, turning on the wife, but whoever this male is going to be shedding light on what happened.
Oh, exposing. Yes, with the sun.
So I do a couple shuffles here and there and just kind of.
Kylo says, in my opinion, I don't believe the police expect to find her alive. No. Even though that they said that in the interview. I think that is for appearances and for trying to throw some hope. But I think they all know better. Watch the guy's body language to the right of the police chief when he states, yeah, that is really true. When you watch them being interviewed, you can learn so much by what they don't say and their body language, the where their eyes look. It's true. Yeah, this little girl, I get, was definitely, as we well already know, betrayed.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. There is a total disconnect. This man has no feelings. He's just numb. There is no sense of remorse, regret, and I would say that any that he would have is for himself. There's more than one person involved with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. This will continue to unfold. It's going to be, I think at least the boyfriend, I'm not the boyfriend, I'm sorry.
Were they married?
No.
Okay. So then how is...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not telling, that's wrong.
Okay.
Yes. And that's the biological dad and the stepmom have both been arrested. Okay. And I feel like they are the two people plus the child probably involved in this picture. And there's like a lot of anger, but I feel like they are going to, I don't think these two are very smart. And I think they're going to pretty easily unravel, more of what happened here. Because I see an extensive light going deeper and deeper into this investigation.
It's interesting that you said it because I got the Seven of Swords, and there's that light. It's like this, whatever this, because crows for me represent, not just magic, but mystery. So there's a mystery, and there's that light. And of course, I think I gotta watch now, cover the girly bits here. Now in this deck, it's called the Herald of Swords. So I believe she's the one that had the main thing to do with what happened to the child. I mean, she's there, she's holding the sword. They acted a little too...
Yeah, I get it in concert as well, that this was a collaboration. This was not...
I got 10 of Swords for her.
So... Yeah, and a painful ending.
But I do have another... I got to cover this up. Maybe I should use a different deck, but...
No, it's all right.
The Herald of Cups. So somebody, maybe her, is going to come forward holding, what
reflecting, bringing forward.
The information. She's got it in the cup. She's offering it.
I think they are. I get a good sense.
Unless it's the biological mother, I don't know, but I'm not.
The biological mother is really upset, understandably. She lost custody, and they gave complete custody to this ding dong, the biological dad, complete custody, and he had no business having it.
No.
She was very shortly after she was with him, things just, her appearance, it began to look, she was being abused.
Yeah, Eight of Swords.
Trapped.
Now, this is supposed to be the Ace of Swords, which is a brand new idea, but with this image with a sword through the skull, I mean...
Yeah.
I think she got hit. They did something to the side of her head.
I'm feeling like the head as well. And I hate to say this, but I wonder if she's completely all together. If you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the skull is separate. I didn't think about that.
I could be wrong, but it just feels like something is scattered or not all in one place.
And my last one is Five of Cups.
Loss, grieving, mourning.
That or how would you...
Oh, Five of Swords. Sorry. Yes. That's more of his nasty behavior.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it just cruelty, abject cruelty. The mother, Crystal, stated 2 days ago that she believes Adam sold her for drugs, but I think Crystal is partly in denial. Yeah, I'm sorry. I,
Yeah.
I do not think that. I think he took it out. He had a habit of taking out his anger on this child, and I think it went too far. And I think the pair of them, him and the stepmother, are responsible.
Now, do you read specifically to see who was the one that was responsible, or do you just do it
Yeah,
as a collective?
depends, but I say we can go ahead and go for it. I think the question would be to say is Adam the one that is primary, or was this? I think intuitively he was, but
I'll grab my kippers and see what.
yeah, sometimes a
The,
different deck is
yeah,
helpful.
I have like 5 of them just in case.
Oh, I've got my runes here as well.
That's actually how I got back into reading. Was I saw somebody with a deck of Lenormands, and because you don't have to read them upside down, that was like, ooh, now maybe I can start reading again. So I
Yeah,
really like the Lenormand and the Kippers.
I do too. They're great. They add a lot. Wonderful decks. Watch the interview with Crystal Sorey. That's the biological mother. What she says is pretty shocking, especially about, yes, the Department of Children and Family. That really dropped
Yeah. We had an
this.
awful case here about 10 years ago that people knew that this child was being abused, a disabled
Yeah.
child.
Oh,
And they couldn't do anything that, I and
hands were
they
tied.
ended up killing her. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both in jail, but still.
Yeah, the father went to prison for shooting someone in the face. So,
Oh, that's lovely.
yeah, he's just a charmer.
And they gave him the child. Or this was after.
Yeah, I think that he had done that before. Hey, Jay, good to see you. I need to have you back on too.
Hey, Jay. Where's my drink, Jay?
Yeah, I could really do with. Actually, I've got my coffee here. I'm a coffee fanatic. I love my coffee.
Now I have a mature man. I don't know how mature he is,
Oh,
but
what dick is that one, girl?
this is the Kipper, the fin de Chille. It
I love all the kippers too. See, I'm just,
it's by the Cyril Marchetti
gosh, that
too.
is just gorge. Look at that. Oh, look at
And I
that.
love Victorian, so
Me
I
too.
but they have like in this deck they have like mature man, mature woman. They have a main female, a
I
main
love
male.
that. I might have to get that
Um,
deck.
and of course, just now I got the coffin when I asked about the father,
Killa.
and see, he was having thoughts,
Look at that. Look at
thinking.
that.
I also got Distant Horizons. They did take her somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They moved her. There's the change again as well.
And the vehicle on that
Yep.
card.
And then look at the marriage. They both,
Hi, Mama Bear. Yes,
So yeah, it's the fin de Chille. It's the a lot of people say they don't know how to pronounce it, but I believe it's pronounced fin de Chille.
I
I
think
don't
you're
have
right.
the
Is it
Alex,
Germanic, Austrian?
something like that. Yeah,
Mm.
but it's all based on Victorian, like occupation, um, community.
Oh, I love that
Um,
deck.
and sometimes with this deck too, I'll reshuffle. It has to do things with court. A lot of people like reading these too for politics,
Oh, yes. Ooh, I've got to get that deck. Which decks?
expectation. Um, what I usually do is I'm going to shuffle again, but they do because what I like to do is I like to find out where the child card is, and
Yeah.
I love it too because they say family room.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in the house, fortune,
Can give you so much.
yeah, concern.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm going to do is and imprisonment. So I'm probably going to reshuffle and see where the child
Yeah, see
ends
what
up.
you can get. Aspie Third Eye says, I have the mystical kipper. I love that they are smaller for my widow hands. I hear you, babe.
Yep.
She says, Crystal, that's the bio mom, the uncle, a coworker, probably the grandma. The list goes on. Apparently, all of these people, she's saying, lack a conscience and a brain. Well,
I mean, if all those people knew that this child was going through that,
I
I
would have
would have
friggin'
abducted and been one of those people that says, no, I don't, because I know they do have that underground where they hide
Yep.
children from,
And women from abusive
husbands.
people.
Yes.
Yeah,
People from,
I agree. I just can't. I just can't with that.
and unfortunately, I had somebody in my family do this almost the exact same to their
Oh my
child.
goodness.
But
I'm
not, but it
so
didn't,
sorry.
but it didn't, they didn't kill the child, but,
They were neglectful or abusive or
and
both.
yeah,
That's
so
awful. I'm so sorry.
it's unfortunate.
Yes.
Here's your drink, Indigo. Why, thank y'all.
Aw. A bartender can't get a day off, huh? Here's your drink. I will like a watermelon fresca too. If you could press that with those lovely hands of yours, Jay, that would be great. Okay. You can see all my pillows and my tissues here. Put my
I'm sorry,
decks.
what's the girl's first name again? Harmony.
Harmony, yeah. I think I might have the mystical kipper somewhere. Again, I've got to go into the other room and try to get around this one bed we need. I can't physically get around to everything that I need to at this point. Ah! Oh, thank you, Kylo. Sorry. Thank you for clarification.
What's it, Kylo? I'm not.
You're welcome, Gina. Michelle Michael. Which decks do I think are the most beautiful? There's a number of Kipper decks. Of course, I think the Star Tarot is definitely got to be one of my. There's another one, and I'm blanking on the name. I think it's made. It might come from. Dang. Oh, I'll have to. You know what? I will put up some lists in my community section about some of the decks that I think are the most beautiful. But just off the top of my head, this one. Oh my God! I also love the Gothamancy Tarot. It's a little funky. I like that. There's a few of them that are more modern art. And I've got to get. I'll create a list because I've got to do that. Since you asked so nicely, like an angel, Maya, here you go. Thank you.
Well, I did find the child card. This is the child card in the deck, and flanked onto this side of her. Unfortunately, I got concern, coffin, change. She moved on by the hands of the married couple again. And then on the other side, they are, this is interesting. It says expectation. And I don't know if their expectation is that they weren't going to get caught. I don't know. But I did get false person, but eventually imprisonment.
And they've been so they're in. I think they're going to. I just think they are going to be not leaving that position of being in prison.
But other cards that were coming out in the Kipper was also the house, the family room.
So within the dwelling, it's
in the
really
home.
showing within the dwelling. I'm looking for my Kipper. I set these down. And I've
Then I'm
had to
going to stick with the
rearrange.
kipper.
Yeah, I think this is my kipper. Is this my kipper? One of my kippers. No, it's my Italian Sabia.
Yeah, the first Lenormand that I bought was the Gilded Reverie by
Oh,
Study
I have that
Version
one. That was
by
pretty.
Marchetti.
Let's see, I've also got the. Okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
I don't like reversals too much because it's just too much information all at once to process the up and the down. It throws my because I'm
Yep.
slight dyslexic, so I tend to transpose things. So
Oh.
I keep everything upright, and I read regular tarot and oracle cards like you would with a Lenormand by just
Mm-hmm.
looking to see what the surrounding cards are.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, for some reason I've. It's probably tucked away in one of these other bags over here. But I'm going to use my Southern Gothic Oracle.
Yeah, one of my new decks that I absolutely love is the Shaman's
Mm.
Oracle that KB used. It's another one of Colette's decks that she did in collaboration with Alberto Villotto, and
Oh my
these are
God, it's
beautiful too.
gorgeous.
And they have a lot of like different nature, so I'm going to shuffle to see if I can get an idea maybe where the little girl is.
Yeah, I got to make sure I got my. And I will see what I can pick up with the Southern Gothic deck.
Yes, Still Music, I do know. He has so many different decks out. Um, but I've noticed lately that a lot of the images are just a little too carnival and a little bit too brassy. Um, and it's just, my change in taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like music and things and whatnot, you go through a change. Steampunk is cool, yes,
Yeah,
but there's some. See, I can't really buy a whole deck if there is more than a few cards that just makes me go, ugh, you know.
I
Especially if
agree.
there's a lot of snakes in them. I have a really bad aversion to snakes.
Oh, I like snakes. but but I can appreciate that a lot of people are like,
Yeah, no, not me.
no, no do.
That'd be a past life thing. I'm just
Must have been
absolutely
that would have
terrified.
pit of snakes. Ugh.
Now, any other reptile, I have a friend who has a bearded dragon. And, she is absolutely cool and I love to pet her and stuff.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
but snake? Mm-mm. Okay, so where is Little Harmony?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at where she be found. Will she be found?
Where's Little Harmony? Where should be found? The first card I got was the crossing. So she's definitely crossed.
Mm-hmm. Oh my! I'm holding this. All right, now I'm cheesed it myself. Wait a minute. Deck is not cooperating.
I got the Wood Wives card, adaptability. So possibly might be found during the fall at some point, maybe in a wooded area.
I get also Bottle Tree, which talks about spiritual intercession on her behalf. So there's some kind of mediation intercession for her to be found.
Yeah, and the last card I had was Deep Quiet, meditation and stillness. So I'm not quite sure, but it's a crystal hand. So once again, earth.
Now I'm getting abandoned plantation, but it's dismantling ugly truths, and it's could be, I don't know, I'll throw it out there, an abandoned house or near an abandoned house, quite possibly. Again, with trees, that's a possibility just to keep in mind. But I do see that there is going to be some sort of, I think, with the bottle tree, some sort of spiritual intercession so that she's found, or so that the truth comes out more so. there's some ugly truth there.
Yeah, that's
It's
why I love that right there. It's the hand they're showing, mind to hand, and they're going, it's going to direct them.
and you know how you said you got the thing about silence? Well, I get the alligator, and it's about silence and introspection.
Wait, did I just have a card earlier?
Dashed hopes and mourning. Yeah, I'm sorry to say that this is indicating
Yeah.
that she is no longer.
Yeah, I still feel, like along with the crossing, a
Uh-huh.
bridge or something too. But
Right.
yeah, she's in the woods and possibly by fall. She's dropping the leaves.
Hmm.
But I'm just wondering too, maybe if she's going to be able to reach through somebody that
Yeah,
could maybe communicate to them, where
like
she is.
lead them even.
Yeah, through meditation and stillness, maybe something. I mean, it would be. I know that's kind of far fetched, but
But it's a possibility, and these cards certainly look that way because I do believe that they will come to realize
mm,
dashed hopes that I don't think that is that she's not going to be found. I think it's that they will find and see that there is,
how
no
long has
hope.
she been missing? Because my last card here is the hollow bone, and there are multiple different bones.
She's been missing, I think, a while.
Mm.
The last time that she was seen by her uncle was in 2019.
Oh, jeez.
So
Mm.
that's, yeah.
Maybe look
Doris.
towards the new moon, maybe perhaps.
Yeah, and Dora's getting the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Swords.
Three of
Yeah.
Swords.
Yeah. Heartbreak.
Creepy.
Yeah. But I'm glad, the one thing that I can be glad of is that she's not in their, possession to abuse anymore.
Aspie said third eye, she's getting water. Perhaps that's where the bridge comes into Aspie. That someone
Yep.
has to cross over, whether it's a log, whether it's, a bridge
An
in the park or
overpass.
something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the Light Seers deck is another one of my most favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. That's another one of my most favorite decks. Imagery is beautiful.
I got the Elemental Oracle a few weeks back. I don't have it out here, but that have some beautiful images too. That's through Rockpool.
Ooh. Ooh. That sounds nice. Let's see. What about if we look and see if she's gonna be found I'd say within a year. Let's see if she'll be found within a year. Does it look like she'll be found within a year? Hello, Yashani. Hello, Sam. Yeah, sometimes though, even though decks can be really beautiful, sometimes they just don't work for you, and you have to give them to a friend. It's true. And, I've had to
I
do
just
that.
bought one that I thought would connect with me because it was recommended on a reading that was given to me. It's called the Surrealist deck. But I went through there and some of the images are just kind of making my skin crawl.
Hey.
So it has to find a home.
Oh, this is interesting. Kylo says that they took a look at abandoned places in Manchester, and there's a lot.
So we're looking at when.
Yeah. And if she'd be
should get a
found
deck that can help with that.
within a year.
Because I prefer doing readings like this a lot more than politics because there's just
Politics make me ill.
Yeah.
I mean,
this makes me ill too, but for me, this is more important work for me,
Right. That ditto. I mean, I will cover politics. I just don't want it to be my main thing.
Mama.
Oh, we got a kitty.
Diva, come say hi to everybody.
Hello, pretty
Come say hi to Mama.
Oh, she's beautiful.
you say hi to Maya? Say,
Hi,
I'm
Steve.
Ziva.
Hi, Sifa. You are a beauty.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in love. That could be.
12 years old. When we first got her, she was all black.
Oh my
Now she's got
God,
her beautiful silver coming through.
she's gorge.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love her.
You can help me? Hmm?
It's
She likes
funny.
being the center of attention, huh?
Bear does the same thing. It's like if sometimes we got my cards out, she'll put her paws on them. I'm like, okay.
No, she's done this to me on live readings and stuff. She'll just get right on the table and sit right in front of her with her butt to the screen and looking at me like, me first.
That's right. Here you go. It's my butt. Kylo thinks that the stepmom. I think so too. I do. I think they'll both probably spill on each other. I do. Yeah. Here's the fun part of hello, I'm a cat. Yeah. Aspie gets that, yes, but there is a goose chase. A child, or it could be that a child stumbles across her.
Come on, get down.
Oh, they were wanting to know how you say your pussycat's name.
Her name is Ziva. You know the show NCIS? Everybody remembers Ziva David? That's
Mm.
who I guess. I know
Oh
that's your
my.
name.
She goes, yes, you're talking about me.
Yeah. That's where I got her name. So for when she's going to be found, interesting. I got the lover's card.
Well, that's a choice.
Yeah. And that's number 6. So maybe within 6 months.
A 6.
But yet I was getting, fall. But with the 2 of them, maybe double it. 12 months. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, it could be more than a year.
it's kind of hard to read when.
Yes, super hard.
Because things change.
That's right. That's why when I say it, like I'll say like a year. And if it doesn't look like that, then maybe I'd go 2 years or, whatever. I'm getting Crystal Grotto, which is about energy and cosmos, and Homecoming with the conch shell, afterlife. So
Ooh, that's beautiful. What deck is that, hon?
this is the Southern Gothic Oracle.
Ooh.
Yeah, really nice one. I get a lot of good work out of this.
I love that show.
Yes, me too. And of course, it's about the feminine, but it's also a card of homecoming and afterlife. And it shows with the Crystal Grotto, energy, cosmos. So it's really going to be up, I think, to spirit. But I do believe she will be found again. I'm getting spiritual intervention with the bottle tree. And I'm getting a salamander, which is about reinvention. So I think you're right about a goose chase a little bit initially. They may have to regroup and go at it again. And I think they will have success. But I do think, yes, it won't be.
I got 8 of Wands. Oh, I'm sorry, hon.
Oh, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh,
Grab my coffee.
I got 8 of Wands, and so for me, that's like them going all over the place with the star. They're going here, they're going there. I mean, they're doing their best to find her.
They're active, that's for sure.
But the 4 of Wands, family celebration. I think they are going to find her. Probably, I'm hoping within the year by fall.
And for me,
that's like a harvest kind of card. So you're moving into the fall, and you're getting the snow on the mountains. Because when I lived in Arizona, Flagstaff, that's how it was. We had all 4 seasons. So by the time fall came around, there was snow on the peaks, but not yet on the ground.
And for me, that card can also represent public places, public parks, especially.
Yeah.
So it could be out, again, in a public. To me, that would be
interesting. They have the White Mountains in New Hampshire too.
Do they?
But that would be too far
that.
away. But that's up north. But you never know.
You really don't. People, I have a feeling all right, here's my intuitive download. They're lazy, they're drug abusers, and that's major reason why they are the way they are. they've numbed themselves to the nth. They don't have a whole lot of empathy. It's changed them. And, when you use hard drugs and things like that, it changes your neural pathways. It does change people. And I keep getting that with them. And I think they've taken her further away. I don't think that she's like within the house or on the property. I think they've tried to put some distance there. But I also don't think it's terribly, terribly far out. I don't believe that either one of them would have, like driven like across a couple of state lines or something. I don't think. I think she's probably within New Hampshire, but just not.
With all these cameras everywhere on everybody's property now, especially after 9/11. It's like no matter where you go, you're being watched. You can't tell me they can't pinpoint and keep it. Take a look to see when a car had left and kind of mark what their travel was. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yet it might come to they just don't have the funds for it. I don't know.
I agree. I really think that spirit intervenes here.
Yeah, this just jumped out. The chariot. They moved her.
Yeah. And that was the second time, because with the Kipper, you also got the vehicle on there.
Yeah, so they drove her. So too bad that car didn't have like a GPS or something where, that they could, like a monitoring thing to track where they went.
But with cell phones, I'm sure they'll be going to get that and looking to see where pings might be. So there's still a lot of information, I think, yet to come with this case.
2 years, though, for a child. Children should be top priority.
Oh, my God. It's just, it pains me. It absolutely pains me. Okay. So I think that's as much as we can do for Harmony right now.
Just really quick, ask me,
sure.
What is ITC apps? She says, if New Hampshire wasn't so far, I'd head up there with the ITC apps and see if she would.
Lead me to her remains.
Ooh.
It does happen. Yeah, what is that? Hey, Teresa Baltazar. I don't have any experience with map dowsing. It's one of those things that I would love to get into.
What was it?
Map dowsing.
Oh, with the pendulum?
And the map.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah, it is. And if I could do and get any kind of consistent reading on it.
Yeah, but I got Princess of Pentacles and there's water again in it. So, yeah. Between a bridge.
A body of water.
Getting body of water near,
significant.
Yeah, probably a park. An abandoned area by a park.
Dora's getting the Ace of Swords. So, yeah, we are, and you got the Sun. So we're getting that things will be clarified.
Yeah.
There will be clarity. She's talking about intelligence transcommunication, tech for communicating with the dead, sound banks, and quantum consciousness.
Oh, you mean like a ghost box? Or a paranormal puck? I used to watch a lot of Ghost Adventures and the other shows where we had cable, and so I learned all about the
different tools that they're using now.
And Dora got the chariot too.
Yeah.
It's just too bad we all can't meet up and go and do a search. You know what
I mean? I wish so badly. And Kylo says, that some readers use astrology. I find that fascinating. Love to watch that.
Kylo, a spirit box is a device. It's called different things by different companies. But what it is, it's a radio frequency that is running hundreds of channels all at once. So you hear it's like basically white noise. And it's supposed to, you ask a question, and if there's a spirit nearby and they wish to respond, they use that frequency to answer you, and a lot of um,
It's very
investigative groups and even Ghost Adventures. Some of the information they have received, they've been able to give to law enforcement and stuff.
the one that I find fascinating and I would love to do with somebody like you is the Estes method, where they're using that box, but that kind of thing. But one person puts on the headphones, okay, and
They
then
cover their ears like on
right,
Kindle
and the
Spirits.
person asks them questions, and then they can't hear what the person's asking them, but they just uh, relate whatever is said in response. And Amy's Crypt from Australia, her and her boyfriend do it. I really like them. They don't seem to be, some of these people get a little theatrical.
Yeah, that's how
Mhm,
it sells, right?
right. But I appreciate their channel. It doesn't seem to have too much of that.
I like Amy Allen and the Dead Files. She doesn't sugarcoat stuff. She
Mm.
calls things out as they are, and I like that.
And Kyla says that they are skeptical of the apps.
Yeah,
Me
I've
too.
tried a few.
I've tried a few, but tried a few as well. I just I didn't feel it. I didn't feel like it was connecting.
Yeah, we have a place near us. It's a very old original Niagara Falls High School, and there are spirits there. And I downloaded one of those apps for speaking, and just like random words were starting to come out, and I was like, yeah, no, delete.
Yeah, like with things that make apps where you can just say this has no connection whatsoever.
Yeah.
With a fairly safe. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just too. It's just not accurate, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For me,
Well,
I wouldn't.
gimmicky.
Yeah, and yes, I will stone music. I will be happy to list also. That's a pleasure to list my favorite oracle decks and tarot decks. Sarah Saving Spirits is another good one, but she uses the app, so I don't know. They say.
Hmm.
I think it depends on person to person because I really do think that some people do have more mediumship and may have better luck.
Hmm.
But for me, I just don't know. I don't know.
Now the Estes method. Now, when you put those headphones on, I'm trying to remember. Are you listening to a voice box in there so that when they ask a question, if
Yeah,
they decide to okay, I was going to say because if I'm sitting there, my ears are closed. I typically can't hear,
right.
spirit. I find lately that I communicate best through cards.
For
So I
me as
would just,
well. Um, but when I was been watching the Estes method on a variety of channels, I'm very intrigued by it and would like to explore that at some point because I think it's really interesting. I'll have to check out that channel, Kyla. Thank you for sharing that. And JR says, I think the problem is the police don't have an exact time of when she went missing. No, they don't, because she wasn't reported missing properly.
so no school. She didn't show up today.
No, she was not. In
Too
fact,
young.
she wasn't. She wasn't. She was not. I think she was. There was something they did funny. They enrolled her in a school that was not in where she lived. She wasn't going there. I thought I heard something about like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but there was a lot of lies. There's a lot of untruth with what was going on here,
Yep.
and collecting of benefits, and she wasn't going to a school the way she should have been going to, from what I understood. But I might be mistaking that with another case that I was reading on last night. I can't remember.
I'm
But I'm
still getting
pretty
cards on
sure
here. Empress, the stepmother, the tower,
losing a
death,
temper,
and
something
then
sudden,
the emperor,
the father.
the father taking care of it.
That would not surprise me. And Dora's getting the Hermit. So that makes me feel like a
Yeah.
remote place. Again, more remote.
Hmm. Definitely. That's actually a really good card. Someone's going to lead them to her
Yeah.
in some way or form, like that other card I had with the crystal, with the hand and
Mm-hmm.
the sight. That's similar. I think it's similar to the hermit. Someone's going to be,
Out.
whether it's meditative or not, but they're going to be somehow. This little girl's going to guide them, and they're going to find her. Whether it's someone
Yep.
hiking,
I agree. Because I'm getting that feeling. I'm getting that she's not. I don't think that. I think with all probability she's outside, unless she's inside an abandoned house or something like that. Otherwise, I tend to think she's probably out.
Mm.
Woo, I'm getting warm. Hang on a minute. Gotta take off the sweatshirt.
Da 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 da.
Ooh.
This is a nasty
Now I'll get
women tarot,
cold.
girl.
Oh my God. Watch me get cold. Have to put it back on. Hot, cold, hot, cold.
Yep. I love menopause.
Oh God. I'm trying everything. It's like all I do is change my shirts and wipe myself down with.
I've been lucky that that's not yet the case with me. It's
Oh my God.
the flooding of wetness under the eyes.
I get that.
Kind of
yes.
like I can't breathe,
I just feel like I'm burning up and like I want to rip all my clothes off. But don't worry, I will not do that. I am already. I'm already getting the wetness here in the wells of my eyes. I've got to restructure my deck. So I'll go back and I'll get another question. But yeah, poor Harmony.
Yeah, I have my friend Amanda. She wanted me to put a name in at some point for one of our shows. And the creepy thing is that this girl, young woman, went missing when she was in Jersey, and she was sitting at a park, and it was just like right across from where she was sitting was a tree with a bunch of rocks. And she says, thank God she didn't see it, but the girl's hand was sticking out of it. It was the exact same spot where she was sitting.
Oh my God.
And
what?
She's like, and they still haven't, found out who killed her yet.
Oh my.
And that was a young black woman back in, I think, 2006 or something.
Oh God, maybe
and
we
she
could
was
look
sitting
at her.
right across, and she remembers that rock pile and stuff, but from where she was sitting, she didn't see the hand.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. I think her name was Sue Hinton.
Sue Hinton. That name kind of sounds familiar.
This was in New Jersey. Yeah.
What state are you in now?
I'm in New York. I'm in Niagara Falls currently.
Oh, wow. You're way up there. I was there when I was 2, which was, as you know, a very long time ago. But I still remember the sound of the falls and everything. And it was like, wow.
Yeah, that's the only really good thing that's about it. We have a real bad game problem here, violence.
Do you really?
A lot of the city, when they show you the view from when they have specials and stuff, they don't go over a little bit more. You just see the casino and you see the falls. But right past that, we have abandoned buildings, boarded up businesses. Since COVID started, violence has escalated, has doubled.
People have lost their damn minds, folks.
Yep, we have a lot of Bloods and Crips that move back into the area that are kind of, fighting for territory. So that's one of the reasons why Shannon and I want to get out of the falls. I'm originally from, Buffalo area, and suburbs. So yeah, but the falls is in itself absolutely beautiful.
It's the one beautiful gift of living there. I had no idea because, like I said, I was such a little child when I went there.
And you're in California, right?
I'm near San Francisco. I heard
cost of living is insane.
You would probably vomit if I told you. I won't. It's
Oh,
ridiculous. I got in at a time that I was very fortunate to get a house uh, due to a settlement. And that's the only reason I can afford to be here. And it's, I want to get out of this location. I'm in a small coastal town, little bedroom community outside of San Francisco. But I think I want to go. I'd love
sounds
to go to
pretty.
It is, but there's just so many people.
Hmm.
People up your butt everywhere you go. People.
Yeah, I hope everybody in California is okay. Shan was mentioning today that there was an earthquake.
We have them
Um,
all the time. So
oh, so
like
it's become regular. Okay.
the ones that you worry about are like size probably 5 and up. If it's like a 4, that's an intention getter. But like 2 and 3, nah.
No.
It's like nothing
Yeah.
to worry about. I just kind of go back to sleep with those ones. But
Yeah, he's
crazy.
from Oregon. He's a Northwester.
Ah, lovely. I'd love to go to Oregon. That's a beautiful state.
Yeah, he was born in Modesto and then moved up to
I
Oregon.
know where Modesto is.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, so how about we'll
New York
go.
City, no, Kylo. I'm on Western New York.
She's in the
No,
more
Buffalo.
the Buffalo. Isn't that north of New York City? So like
No,
up
no, we're west. So
west. I gotta get my map out again.
yeah, we're right on Lake Erie in Ontario. We're up in.
That's right, because you're near Canada. Duh.
Mhm. Yep.
Sorry.
No, I couldn't live in the
Because
city.
I can't either. I am not a city liver. That sounds like I'm a.
An orb. Oh, I'll have to replay that. Thanks, Kylo.
What was that?
He said he saw an orb behind me.
Oh. I saw it very quickly, just right to your what would be this. Yeah, and it was up, and it was kind of up by the window and the ceiling.
And it
Yeah,
wasn't.
I saw it. It wasn't fluff. I don't think so.
Ooh, thanks. Yeah, we're really desperately. If everyone can say a prayer, we put in the application for an apartment. There's already 3 or 4 people ahead of us. It's subsidized housing. We desperately, desperately need this apartment.
I got my candles burning right now. So putting that prayer right there.
Yeah, our water heater blew the other day, and now we have no water at all in the house. So we really need
Oh
this
my
new.
God.
And I'm lucky of having all of you guys because you're helping me through all this by being a positive distraction, you know.
Same in my life because this really gets to me day in and day out, being stuck like this. It does your head in.
It
And
messes with your head, yeah.
yes. And, I'm
And
kind of sensitive. Hi, Ian. Nice to see
yeah,
you. Ian with the cool name. I always like Hendrix because look, Jimmy.
yeah.
And here's our next question.
Okay.
And it's from Sheena Bruh. Matrice Richardson. Boy, does that name ring a bell. Matrice Richardson was found dead in a rural valley of Dark Canyon, Los Angeles. Police ruled her death as an accident, but the sparsely populated area is inhabited by predators like mountain lions, etc. Residents say that pets, that's what we have. My brother just saw a mountain lion a couple days ago off of his porch, off of his.
In San Francisco. Wow.
Oh yeah, girl, we got him. We got him out in the hills and stuff. And I'm like, I'm in there. We're in their area. So yeah, residents say that the pets and farm animals go missing are always found because vultures. Well, yeah, we see that too. Circle, above the dead carcass. These residents. What was it? Were part of the search the day after she went missing and never saw those signs in the weeks following.
Oh, so they thought she was murdered somewhere else, and then she was dropped off there. Is that what?
According to searchers, her body had to be placed in the valley. Yeah, after she was deceased. There are a multitude of suspicious aspects of her case, including a man who called the police in the early morning after the police released her at midnight. They had promised to hold her on a 5150 until her mother, I think this case kind of rings a bell, could pick her up. The man who called the police on her said he was worried about her, and they had a nice talk. But on the record 911 call, he said she was a prowler.
Okay, that's just got warning things going off all over. So she was an older, she wasn't a child then. She was at least a young adult.
Yeah, let me see about
mental health. Okay.
Is there more?
Yeah, I have mental health as well. And
same. It runs in my family, unfortunately.
And they say we do more damage to the regular public, but it's actually the public that attacks and hurts us the most. We're the victims a lot, yeah.
Okay, Matrice is a beautiful woman of color. I do recall her. She was 24 years old. She went missing on the 17th of September, 2009, after she was released from jail in Calabasas, California. She had been apparently behaving erratically at a restaurant. She was missing for 11 months before being found deceased in 2010 by park rangers. Okay, so let me just give y'all her wiki to take a looky-loo, because that's helpful. Because there's a lot on this.
Okay, I'm going to leave chat, or is it going to go up here?
Okay. Here is the wiki for Matrice.
Okay, guys, I won't be able to see your comments, so I apologize, but I want to just get an idea of what this young lady looks like. Matrice, and the last name is Richardson, right?
Right, and I've just put a link right there. Oh, but I get what you're saying. You can't do it.
She was beautiful.
Gorgeous lady of color. She was born April 30th, 1985, and her remains were found August 9th, 2010. She was 24 years old. And yeah, and she was found deceased. Her body was found deceased a year later, August 2010, by park rangers. Her parents maintained that their daughter should never have been released on her own, given her obviously disturbed condition. I can't believe that what they did is just...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's take a look.
She is a young Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And if she had a mental health, or if there was...
She sounds like she was in crisis.
You know, I mean, we've had problems here where people have just been shot, and it's just like, you don't need to, you know what I mean?
Yes.
The police need to be trained in how to...
There needs to be somebody that can handle emergency mental health crisis and people that are harmed to themselves or someone else, or that are unstable, so that they can be helped. I totally agree. You know, come on, humanity, let's level up, right? Matrice Richardson. So let me just focus on Matrice Richardson. And please, if you have not subscribed to Heather, Indigo, Chrysalis Tarot, please do. And I will be putting, of course, again, links back up after the chat. Also, don't forget to put a thumbs up for us. Thank you. And if any of you are able to make a donation, I would appreciate it, because I had money saved up to move. Girl, that's gone. I had to replace 3 roofs because of atmospheric river that went through here. But, so say some prayers for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me and
Every time
Indigo.
watch your show and I see that ticker go by, I feel bad. I
Oh, you're
can't
so.
sleep
Oh,
without
no,
it.
but you know what? If you, I understand. If you're in a pinch financially, just play the commercials or put the thumbs up. This is what helps my channel. If you can't, because that is like gold to me as well. Okay, so Matrice, if you get something, please feel free to go ahead.
I had 3 cards jump out, but this is interesting. Okay, well, the first card that jumped out was the Death card.
Okay.
Obviously. Then I got the 9 of Pentacles.
Independence.
So, yeah. And then I had the Queen of Pentacles.
Hi, Chippo.
So I don't think her death had to do, because I'm getting the Earth cards. That means stability. You're grounded. You're in the, at least from my point of view.
If the cards look stable around her.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm like. What do they mean? But then after that, I immediately get the Chariot, and then I get a King right next to each other, King and a Queen of Swords. So there's a man and a woman somehow involved.
That, for me, often swords can be law enforcement.
Or therefore their lack of, going out to look for her, the Chariot.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting the 10 of Pentacles, which is her family, and the 7 of Cups, which can be about somebody that's having issues with an altered sense of reality, be it from an organic mental illness or drugs, if somebody's taking them. I don't think that she probably was. I do feel when you see these two together that I think she was having a definite mental health crisis. Okay. I do see, I feel like this is probably family running in her family. And I get the Empress and the Hermit. This is, to me, is like Mother Nature. This is also her mother, but also Mother Nature. Thank you, Geeky Heart.
It's like the Queen of Pentacles, like this, it's Earth Mother.
Yeah, it's Earth Mother. In a remote area. What is going on?
I'm wondering if the 9 of Pentacles here might be the hospital. And that's I love these cards. There's so much to read into.
I know, right? I still find bits and pieces of pictures of little bits and that I didn't see after having these here for these cards for years.
I'm going to use my Kippers now. But for that to come up with the Queen and the King of Swords right next with the Chariot, it's just possibly the slow moving.
Yeah. I'm getting the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. So then there's success that they found her, but what is this thing with Mother Nature? Excuse, I'm gonna lose my voice. Let me get some coffee.
Unless that does have to do with what they left her.
Yes, that feels like that, but it's like, okay, I want to know. Maybe I need to change my question. Who is responsible? I'm going to change my question angle to who is responsible for her? What happened after they released her? And I love what you're saying, Ian. I want to catch up with you on your comments about helping other people with their, like a support group, because I'd be down.
Oh, I have something to add to that. Kelly from Dozen Cats and I are going to get together and talk to Angie from Tiny Trinkets.
Ooh, she's another one I want to meet.
She's a nurse that works a lot with people with mental health,
Mm-hmm.
and she believes that there really needs to be more support, education for individuals with mental health. And we're kind of tossing a collaboration idea of maybe getting on once a month and doing healing readings and things for individuals.
Ooh, could I join you
have a safe
guys?
space. I'll toss that in when I'll toss
If they're
that
willing. I understand that there's a
Mhm.
dynamic, and sometimes people just want it to be, and I respect that. I don't take it personally.
And I do that on that's one of the things that I want to do regularly on my channel,
Ditto.
at least once a week, is do, mental health, because I have a mental health diagnosis. And so I know the pain, the difficulty, the judgment, the stigma,
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. And that's probably one of the reasons why they really didn't want to help the girl, because they're just like, oh, she'll just, whatever.
I
And that can't be
agree.
that attitude
Hey,
anymore.
Remy girl. I agree. I agree. I would love to join other people in any kind of, and I might, we can rotate it around too. Join each other's
Or
channels when we do it. So many things you can do. Fun. Hello, Remy girl. Dang, y'all.
Dora got 9 of Swords. That's interesting because I got the 9 of Pentacles.
Mm.
So one's grounded and one's mental
Let me just get,
acuity.
because I didn't take my antihistamine because I didn't want to be asleep, you guys. I've been kind of sleepy the last few days from having to take that. It's like, I cannot have that. I really,
these cards.
yeah. I want to dial into her. Matrice. Matrice, can you show me what was going on, babe? I feel like I can feel her presence in a way. For me, I'm God, I'd be everyone's mother. It's like, no, come here. I hate that.
Oh.
Okay, we're dealing with the past. And the Hierophant. The 9 of Swords. This to me is her having a breakdown.
The Tower.
Yeah. Having a breakdown. And again, I'm feeling that with the 6 of Cups and this Hierophant, I feel like the Hierophant may be somebody that she had maybe been seeing for like a doctor or somebody that would be trying to help. Maybe in the past, in her childhood.
I got
6
the 6 of Cups.
Childhood is what I got the 6 of Cups, yes.
I did get the World. Did you get the World?
Not yet, but I have got the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. She should not have been released at all.
I got the Devil card.
I think that somebody took advantage of her out there. I do.
And I got the 4 of Swords.
Yeah.
That's resting, needing rest, or you're just about
to
ready to transition.
Amen. I get that as well with that card.
And after the Tower, I got the Wheel of Fortune. So
big change comes in
because she moved forward. I mean, she transitioned.
And it's a big, yeah. Maybe she went to clear her head. I don't think that she was in I think she was in confusion when they released her, unfortunately. I do.
She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana right here. And the Tower falls right under the Devil card.
The cards I'm getting are just too intense. Oh, hello, Janet Ackerman.
And the 4 of Swords has the Wheel of Fortune underneath it, too. So there's the transition. There's the Devil,
Yeah. And that Devil shows
the World, though.
Well, that's an end. That is an end of her life.
Sometimes, with this deck here, it's such a beautiful card. I'm thinking, well, for me, sometimes it's like, well, did people in the world, her immediate surroundings, they had to have seen that she was not,
Okay.
okay to go. And yet they let her go with this guy or whoever. And it's also the fall card for me too. Maybe, things come into light during the fall.
And I'm wondering, okay, they let her go. I'm thinking she began to walk. And I'm thinking someone, now, I could be wrong, but in my mind's eye, I see her walking along a road. And yes, this is sad.
Maybe she went to clear her head. Yeah, Remy. Sorry.
I think she was trying to do all she could do for herself, but I think she was also very confused.
Well, yeah, in the Tower card, the woman here is holding her head.
Yeah, in a breakdown. And the woman's holding her head in the Nine of Swords here.
Yeah. I've been there.
Me too, sister. Me too.
I didn't think I was going to make it.
I know that feeling.
Who these people are.
This is somebody corrupt. I mean, absolutely corrupt. Is this somebody corrupt in law enforcement? Is this somebody corrupt that was out in the public that came across her?
We grabbed the kippers for that. She'll be the main female.
So, because I get with the Nine of Wands, this is somebody that's been through a lot. And with the Nine of Swords, is in a state of high anxiety, is beside themselves with it. And being that I have post-traumatic stress disorder and anxiety, I feel like this woman was like, oh, this is really sick at this time and moment in her life. She needed to be taken not into a police station, but to a hospital. Why she was not, and why she was released is wrong.
There was concern, child, and great fortune.
And I get the Prince of Wands, and then I get the Four of Swords.
Yeah, she's resting.
I think she was...
Yeah, that Four of Swords again. Yeah.
She was wanting mental... Yeah. Now I'm getting the Seven of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Now, this usually deals with more than one person. This is other people in connection for me. I just think other people didn't realize, didn't appreciate the state she was in. And they are all, there's more than one person that is involved for her fate. Well, I get the Devil as well. I think someone came upon her. I do. Ten of Pentacles and Temperance. A lack of moderation here. Something wasn't balanced.
Main male. I found the main female card. Main male. Oop. Unexpected income. Now, to me, that can represent just about offering her money. Then there's another offering gift.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts. And then distant horizons. Took her away.
It has happened in Sweden a lot too. Well, I'm surprised by that. I thought you guys were a little bit better than us. They release people from the hospitals and then they take their lives. It's kind of like a rotating door. There's
a lot of trafficking and everything. I mean, it's big business.
Yeah, I think somebody picked her up and unfortunately something happened. I don't think that she just wandered off and died of hypothermia. I don't. Because that devil card, the devil card can also be the state of confusion and chaos. And certainly her mind was in that state, but it also says to me there's something hinky as well and not right. I think someone took advantage. It's a very oppressive state.
Now, the devil could also be, well, is also associated with addictions.
Yes.
So perhaps someone, might have said,
Right.
Sorry if you heard that. That's our heater.
No, I heard just a slight thing. Don't worry. There's so much noise usually in my house that it's not a problem. We love you too, Ian. And I'm glad.
See, I got that gift again. Maybe they were offering her drugs or something.
Yeah, or like we'll help you.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Because she was a pretty girl.
But then I got wealthy man.
I think that it was a male. I do. I think that she was the victim of somebody that picked her up off once she was out on on her own.
And then I got courthouse.
And
a mature man.
Is he connected to the law? Is that a way of saying he's connected to the law?
That could be possibly it. I have wealthy man, courthouse, and also a mature man. So maybe, older, or the person who did what they did to her. That might be them covering it up.
Right.
I see sudden, because then I also get the sudden wealth card.
Just see.
Yeah,
and I'm afraid that intuitively, and I hope I'm very wrong, but I just don't know that they're going to ever be able to find who did what to her. Let me just see if it looks like, because I could be wrong, and I really hope I am.
Well, if they already sent off saying that it was,
yeah, they've closed the case.
For mental health, there they go. Hands are clean up. Here we give you this money.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you're going to put down on the report. Case closed.
Ian says, I was walking around the streets lost. Nobody noticed, and all I needed was someone to say, hey, you're okay. But nobody did, so I understand this totally, right? Mm-hmm. And Janet is saying, people who are in most need of help many times, easy prey for evil people. Very, very true. I mean, here is this vulnerable, beautiful woman that is released out on the road, basically, or to walk wherever. They didn't hold her until somebody could come and pick her up. I mean, this is just so screwed. There should be safe houses. It's very true.
No, but we've got billions
to kill other people with. Let's go have some more wars that are pointless.
For the military.
Let's see. I'm just going to ask Matrice what she might want to share from the other side.
I grabbed my new stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. She's talking about neglect. And she is talking about, I think, being found as she was in that wooded area, But she's also talking about something here about the efforts that have been put in at some point paying off with regard to the public or home. And I don't know if she's bringing that to about glad that she was found. There is the Three of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. She is definitely happy. She's with her ancestors and family on the other side, and community on the other side. That's shifting. This Eight of Cups, though, just it shows neglect to me on their efforts to help her. I wonder if something didn't happen here. Yeah, again, we're getting the Ace of Pentacles and the need for come on, Maya, say the word. Come on. The need for balance. You know, we have temperance here. There's just too much excess on some part. There's a need for balance to be brought in. I think balance to restore, to balance out the truth. I'll have to read more about how they found her. There's also a bully card right here, which I don't like. There's somebody that goes too far. And the Ace of Swords. I don't know. I think that she did not pass on her own accord. Okay, that's my opinion.
Because she was with others for, of inspiration. She was on the women's sword with other women. And then, of course, again, I get the Tower. I decided to use the Muse deck this time. It's feminine based. She had her, the Tower moment. Then I had the Six of Inspiration, where for me it feels like she's being guided, escorted over to the other side. She has the star. She has the light coming down, transitioning up to heaven. But then when I looked at the bottom of the deck, again, I got the Devil.
And I kept getting the Devil.
The Seven of Voices. So you got the Swords. People that you thought she could trust. She was tricked.
She was tricked. That's dishonesty.
I love foxes. They're one of my totems. But
Me
one
too.
of the things with foxes is that they know how to camouflage very well. They know how to hide. They know how to, stalk their prey. And I got that. And then the Wheel. She turned and she transitioned.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was somebody that she thought she could probably
that she should have been able to trust. I tend to think, sorry about me taking off all my clothes here.
You're very 80s today, my dear.
I am. I'm wearing my notorious RGB.
Oh, I have a friend that has that t-shirt. Oh, that's awesome.
Tank.
Oh, if only we could have kept her just a little longer.
I know. It's like, oh, girl. I have to switch this back over. When I slip this back on,
Mister,
I
love beer.
They put it on backwards. I thought, why does that feel funny? Here's my channel, the one channel where you can see me change my wardrobe repeatedly, taking off my tops.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Well, Dora got the Tower too.
And the Eight of Wands.
Eight of Wands.
That's activity as well. Today, for right now, Remy girl, we're just doing, this is for true crime, but catch me on Sunday and I'll happily read and see if your spiritual mentor, Pop Smoke, has something to say to you. And I highly advise you to pick up a deck of cards. And I just want to say something very quickly. You can have famous people be your guide. You can. I know a lot of people say, oh, that's quaint. But no, you can. You can. They are there to help just like the rest of us. And if you resonate with them, that already creates a bond. I think like if you like someone's music or their art, there's a flow. We're energy, their energy. So
It
we're all
happened to me with Carrie Fisher. I grew up, she was my princess my whole life. I hope to meet her, at some point
oh,
during,
yeah.
and she passed. And um, I was doing a painting one day, for just, thinking about her painting. And, what jumped in my mind was um, Fisher Queen. And I went, Fisher, and I'm looking at it, queen, not princess, but she wanted to
Oh,
be a queen. So I named this one painting of mine Fisher Queen. So that was cute. That was a sad day, though.
yeah. Just felt like a
I broke
punch in
down
the
and
stomach.
cried. I was
I
like, I
cried.
wanted to meet her,
God
tell her what a
darn it.
difference she made.
And you will meet her. I have every confidence actually that you will on the other side. I really do. Like, it's okay, Remy girl. You just didn't know Thursdays are for true crime. Think T, true crime Thursday. And then Sundays, there you could ask personal questions, you can ask true crime, you can ask whatever you want. But on Thursdays, we just stick to um,
Okay, JR.
the the crime. Yeah, Indigo Chrysalis Tarot.
Yeah, JR. Her last name is Hinton, Hinton, and I believe her first name is Sue. I believe she was like 21 or something. She was a young black woman, beautiful, 21 years old, and I
I'm
think
gonna
she
write
had a
this.
slight disability too. But
Gonna get my
it's
notepad.
still there's still no answers. Um, but she was found in I can't remember if it was a park or a cemetery,
Oh,
and they
what
didn't
state
even
was this, love?
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
And
I
yeah,
gotta look
freaked
her
my
up.
friend, and my friend at the time, said that there had been a guy who had stopped and asked her, would you like a ride, kind of like thing in the same area. And she says something just really bad. And
Ooh,
I didn't even go anywhere near the car, and it's quite possible this might have been the same perpetrator.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even cover up completely. Apparently, her hand was still sticking out, and
That to me just says that he likes to scare people as well with this.
see,
This is
yeah, look what I can
he's
do and I can get away
a
with.
ghoul. He is a ghoul. Yeah. Yes,
So,
we can look at Oren and Orson, and I can tell you what I've already gotten on them is that those foster parents,
yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, are responsible. Something I do. They've just all you got to do is watch them talk and turn on your intuition, and it will. I think that they are the ones that are responsible. I think that they couldn't handle these kids. I got from what I understood from the readings that I did on the father, that adoptive father, that he had a bad temper.
Yeah,
And one of the things that he kept going on about was how rambunctious
anxious
these
they were.
they
They're little
were.
boys. Yeah.
They were little boys. And it's like, my God, why did you adopt them if you can't handle rambunctious children? You know, to me, it makes me think, did you adopt them? Were you getting some kind of benefit? Why did you adopt them? That's what I want to know. But what I saw in my cards is that they are responsible.
Hmm. And who
And
leaves? I mean, who leaves their kids
who?
outside? I mean, I should say,
Who?
I live, the trailer court that I live in during the
Mm.
summer. There's young kids that they may live a street over, but their parents let them go on their scooters and stuff all the way around here. And I'm like, you know what? It's not hard for someone to come out of nowhere, just grab,
Takes 2 seconds.
it almost happened to me. I was almost abducted. I was far away enough from the car that the two women,
Two
tried to
women?
get me in.
Oh my God, tell me about this. So what happened here?
I was walking home because my elementary school was only about half a mile down the road. and I walk home every day after school. And this one particular day, I was almost home, and this red four-door car,
Oh my
you know,
God.
I was on this side of the street, so it's coming this way, and they were going that way. Thank God, because if I was on the other side, but anywho, the women were trying to get me to come to the car and say, "Hey, we have lots of candy. Would you like some candy?" And they kept going and going, and I was looking, going, "No, no." And then I can't remember because I was so young. I don't know if they took off, if I yelled at them or something, but um, I ran home, told my mom, and because my dad was friends with the sheriff of Buffalo at the time, they had detectives and stuff out in the house and meet to the house immediately. And I
Oh,
wasn't the only one that they tried to get. They tried getting another girl, so they were going after girls.
oh my God. Do you think,
So I was
do
very
you,
lucky
oh my God.
because there
And
was
how,
nobody else around on
and
the
how old
street.
were you again?
I think
How
I
young?
was about maybe 7,
Oh my God.
somewhere between 6 and 8.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you want to
So
throw cards real quick on Orrin and Orson, just to see
sure.
if there's any, updates, if they'll be found? That breaks my heart. They're the cutest little boys.
Oh, that's right. They haven't been found.
No, I want them to be found so badly. Just when I see their picture, it's just like I can't
Have
help
you
them.
have you ever heard of Sloan Bella?
Yes, I have
Now,
mixed feelings.
me too, because I don't quite agree. I mean, I respect your viewpoints and I can understand both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But her videos on the children and stuff, and the celebrities,
Mm-hmm.
that have so
Are
called
interesting.
took their lives and stuff, yeah, are very interesting. Especially, I mean, her dedication to wanting to protect children is just incredible.
I've watched a few of hers, and some of them, as you said, I didn't agree with her on certain things. But as you said, I can also respect a difference of opinion and find
Mhm.
something that is still very helpful or interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
she ran on the Delphi murders too.
I want to watch her thing because this is the second time somebody's brought her up. So I think I need to go and take a peek on her channel. I
Yeah,
wish
very
I could help
cute.
find them too, Remy.
Yeah.
Dora's getting the card of justice.
Oh, for the or okay, Orson and Oren. Yeah, I saw their picture. They were sweethearts.
Janet says, "My God, so happy you managed to get away and still here." Me too.
Yes,
Good
because that
Lord.
could have been. I don't know why they didn't jump out of the car. To be quite honest, there was nobody between me and them. Just the one lane, and it's just a suburban, street. There was just
That means they were out
yeah, I
praying. Well,
wasn't the only one.
looking
Yeah.
for, yeah, for a kid
And I
that's
never found out from my parents whether or not they caught the women or what, but yeah,
oh God.
I was the second one.
I put
Anything
the
with
name.
women,
That's strange. That's
that
that's more
especially.
unusual. Well, somebody's, how when they will use women or they will use
Well, look at
uh
Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh,
uh you.
well, am I not supposed to say her name?
No, you can say it.
No, okay, because I know some people don't want the YouTube or whatever thing, but
Maxwell's not.
everyone.
Yeah, you can say Maxwell.
Mm,
Somebody knows something, Maya. That's for sure. Interview
yeah,
was off so bad. It was. It was one of the worst interviews I think I've probably ever seen outside of Chris Watts. Chris Watts was also the one that just like. Let me see if I got more. Oh, because we're running up. Let's make sure that I get everybody's.
again, I got the Queen and King of Swords
Wow.
appearance
Yeah. The
in the same night twice.
Janet, your English is excellent. Nothing too apologize for.
What the lady's last name went missing? Okay, did he not? It's Hinton, Jr. Or did I freeze? I froze on my phone. Okay,
Oh, poop.
yeah, I'll have to shut that off. But yeah,
Sue Hinton. She said her name was Sue.
Hinton. Oh,
H.
Sue Hinton. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, Hinton.
I wrote it down because I thought, oh, New Jersey. I got to look that case up. What's JR saying?
So I got 8 of cups. Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't read comments.
Don't worry
I don't have
about it.
internet at house. I use my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with T-Mobile, so I use their
I
Wi-Fi.
have that.
What?
Well,
Sorry,
let's just
talking to the cat.
It's. I do the same thing. Talking to the cat, husband, people coming in. Let's just see if she can be found.
I got 8 of cups. So wherever they are, they're in a better place. Because I show the dolphin and the bird, swimming with, and they're going up towards the rainbow and the beautiful mountain and stuff. So, but it's
pleasant.
underwater though. That's weird.
Let me see what I got. I'm gonna see. Where are they? Where have they placed them? What kind of environment? And will they be found? Will they be found?
7 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles.
I get the star. It also brings in water, land and water, because she has 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in water between. There is hope there's still hope for them to be found, apparently. The 8 of Wands with that star could be some kind of renewed activity. Because the eight of Wands is toward a target. It's supposed to be energy that's being directed toward a specific, like a message or activity to do a certain goal. And I get the Queen of Swords.
There you go.
And the High Priestess.
So somebody knows someone's got to come forward.
Mm-hmm.
I got the 7 of Wands too.
The Tower. The 9 of Swords. They're worried. They're going to get more worried. I think they could find them. I think they could find them.
Well, I got Ace of Pentacles, so something's going to come forward. I think that High Priestess in yours and the 7 of Wands here. I think
agree.
that's going to be what's going to bring that.
Either she's going to say something, or a little bit of evidence, or something could be found.
And I got then the 8 of Pentacles, so it's beautiful. I love this card because it also shows a moon.
I love that one too.
It goes through cycles.
Yeah, and I like the handprints up at the top. So it's like things that you're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can get so much from that. Who's Jacqueline? Is Jacqueline pregnant? Jacqueline shouldn't be around no kids ever. Who's Jacqueline?
I don't know. My phone still won't. What?
Are the boys in Bakersfield or in another state? I think that the adoptive parents moved out of state. Yeah. Jacqueline West is pregnant. So foster mom pregnant, or not foster mom, adoptive mom pregnant. All right. Now I'm understanding. And then they moved out of state.
Excuse you.
I think the boys are still. I think they're in California. Their remains.
Diva, come on now. No.
Here's some kitty butt.
No kitty butts. Nobody wants to see your bum. Come on.
Jacqueline should not be around those children. No. And let me just look and see what the future of these two are. I don't ever apologize, because it's going to probably happen to me one day, and you'll see my cat's butt.
So you want to see the fate of the two that
Yeah, let's take a look and see what
okay.
happens to these parents.
Okay, I'm going to keep their cards right there. Actually,
Because we're winding up on we're coming up at this our 2 hour mark, and we can just round it out with this. Can't believe we've been on it 2 hours. It was so. It's
I know I'm
so
very
fun.
chatty.
I
can
like
get
that.
very chatty.
Me too, but it's supposed to be chat and mini readings, because you can't just do readings. Yeah, to me, I can't. I have to have
a balance of, because it's such a heavy.
It is.
Oh. Okay.
What is the fate of these two ding dongs going to be? The Wests.
Oh, well, these are some nice cards. Toil and labor.
Could that
Maybe
be
going to jail? They are very concerned.
They be tripping.
And there they are before the judge.
Ooh.
Followed up with another one. Despair. Sometimes I like to just keep going to see where.
Me too. It's like, okay, well, let's just play this puppy out.
Oh, they're going to be going on a journey. Gee, I wonder where. I hope.
Yeah, they are worried. They wouldn't be worried if those kids were alive. They wouldn't be worried. I don't think that they are. I'm sorry to say. I don't think that they are. Again, there's something very sudden. And I think that when they're found, the news will break. And I think that's when these two are going to start pooping their pants.
Yeah. Start turning on each other.
Uh-huh.
She did it. He did it.
It could be a public place. It could be a park. It could be a natural area. Maybe not far from the home. It's a natural area. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Wands together make me feel like so much Mother Nature right there that I feel like they're outside in a natural area. They wanted, and I get that there was a need. Look, the parents, the issue with them was they didn't want to have to look after these kids. They wanted freedom from them. I don't think they were. I think they bit off more than they could chew with these kids. What they did is horrible. Seven of Wands and Judgment. So there's something they have accountability for. Yep. There's a delay.
I asked for one card and this jumped out where I was trying to shuffle.
A different perspective and a delay.
Well, they're hung. They're, well, to me, that's also.
Oh, yes. Yes, you were looking at the.
You're caught.
Caught. Yeah. Yes, I agree. I think this is them trying to defend themselves with some, nonsense. I do with that Seven of Wands. But I think the Judgment card says, that's not going to work. No. You're caught. You're caught. Yeah. They're going to figure out. I think that there's still.
It's going to take some time. We got to be patient, but they'll get them.
I think we haven't heard the end of this story. Nope. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you, Indigo Chrysalis Tarot, for joining me. This was a joy.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
It was.
Even though it was a sad subject. It's,
Yeah. Oops. She bounced. Maybe she'll come back in. If she does, I'll add her in. Thank you. I appreciate that, Janet. Again, if you haven't, there she is.
I got kicked out.
You did. I didn't do that.
No.
Sometimes if you're on your phone, it's with Yard Stream or StreamYard, it'll do that.
Sorry.
I'm glad I was able to snap you back in here. No. So please make sure that you're subscribed to Indigo Chrysalis Tarot. That's Heather, and we'll be having her back. You bet. For another.
Self-established, and I figure out how to invite you. I would love to have you on mine as well.
And let me know if you need any help to figure out how to do that. It's pretty simple. It's super simple with this, it was a StreamYard, Yardstream, whatever. And I'll talk to you via email or this way in some fashion
I
to get
prefer
it.
this to trying to, type everything, out on an iPad without having an actual laptop. Sucks.
It does. Yeah, this is much more to the point.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much.
Yes,
Of course,
thank you.
we are so grateful. Thank you, Ian. Thank you all, you Shani, everybody.
Yes.
I'm going to send you all some Reiki now. So here we go. Going to activate the Reiki, and just all you got to do is receive it. All you got to do, it's chi, it's healing energy. Just receive it. Feels good to have it flowing through me. I need it just about as much as you guys do too. So my love to all of you. Mwah.
Yep. Mwah.
Mwah. And I will see you guys again shortly on somebody's live or on my live.
Yep.
We'll see. All right, you guys.
All right.
Bye.